My stepbrother spent years telling everyone I was the package deal my dad settled for, so I learned something in secret that made his own grandfather choose me first. My dad married Colin's mom when I was 9, Colin was 11, and he decided on day 1 where I stood. Every argument ended the same way. This is my house, you two just got attached to it. At holidays, he'd introduce me to people as my stepdad's kid, with a little pause before kid, like he was being generous. Our parents shut it down when they heard it. The thing about kids like Colin is they learn exactly how loud they can be without being heard. When I was 14, his grandfather Walt moved in with us. Colin's mom's dad, 80 years old, a retired machinist who'd had a stroke that took most of his speech. He could understand everything. He just couldn't get words out anymore, only a few sounds, and his right hand didn't cooperate enough to write. Watching him at dinner was the loneliest thing I'd ever seen. A man sitting in the middle of his own family, present for every conversation, and locked out of all of them. Colin barely acknowledged him. "It's depressing," he told his friends once, right in the hallway. "He's basically furniture now." His mom would sit with Walt and talk at him, kindly, but at him. Everyone had quietly agreed the man was over. Here's what nobody in that house knew. Walt's stroke therapist had recommended he learn some basic sign, and Walt had gone to exactly 3 sessions before deciding it was pointless, because who would he even sign to? Nobody in the family had learned a single word of it. I found the pamphlet in the recycling. I fished it out. I learned in secret, the same way you'd learn anything at 14 with a phone and a locked door. Videos at night. A free community class at the library on Saturdays that I told everyone was a study group. It's slow, learning to talk with your hands. Your fingers feel like they belong to someone else for months. I practiced fingerspelling under my desk at school until it got smooth. Then I started sitting with Walt when the house was empty, and we built our own thing. Not fancy. A couple hundred signs, yes, no, hungry, tired, ball game. More coffee, that one's an idiot, which I taught him for personal reasons, and he used constantly. His left hand worked fine. His mind worked fine. The first time he signed a full sentence to me, "You watched the game?" This 80-year-old man cried, and then got embarrassed, and then signed, "Don't tell." For a year, it was ours. I translate quietly at dinner when I could do it without a scene, and the family just thought I was good with him. Then came Colin's 21st birthday dinner. Big restaurant table, both sides of the family, Colin holding court about his internship. Someone suggested a toast, and Colin's mom got teary and said she wished Grandpa Walt could give one, since he'd given the toast at every family birthday for 40 years. Colin, without missing a beat, said, "Mom, he can't. Let's not make it sad." And Walt looked at me across that table and raised his left hand. I stood up. "He'd like to give the toast," I said. "I'll voice it." The table went absolutely silent. Walt signed, slow and deliberate, and I spoke it out loud, sentence by sentence. He toasted Colin. He talked about the day Colin was born, the fishing trip when Colin was 7, how proud he was. Then he paused, looked around the table, and signed the part I had to keep my voice steady for. "For 2 years I sat with you and could not reach you. One person in this family came and got me. Family is not who shares your name, it's who learns your language." Then he pointed at me and signed, "Mine." Colin's mom was sobbing. My dad had his hand over his mouth, and Colin sat there staring at his grandfather talking, actually talking. Through the stepkid he'd spent a decade calling a package deal. Walt lived 3 more years. The whole family took the library class within a month of that dinner, Colin included. And I'll give him this. He got decent at it, and he used it. His last conversation with his grandfather was in sign, one-on-one, no translator, and whatever was said in it, Colin came out changed. He's never once mentioned how I came into this family again. At the funeral, Colin gave the eulogy. He ended it with his hands, not his voice, signing to the whole room the sentence Walt had signed at that birthday. "Family is who learns your language." Then he looked straight at me and signed, "Brother."